Good morning, good afternoon, I guess at this point, and welcome to another Taffy Live. Once again, my name is Sabrina, and I will be your host this afternoon. A little bit about me: I am the social media manager here at Taffy, but I'm super excited for today because I am also the assistant production manager at Big Jump, and guess which studio we're interviewing today? As I'm sure you're all aware, we have our annual job fair coming up on Sunday, April 23rd at the Toronto Reference Library, and we have so many incredible studios that are joining us at the job fair this year, and we can't wait for you to meet them all. In fact, I am so excited about this one that I needed to make sure that it made it to our Taffy Lives because it's my studio. It's our studio. It's Big Jump Entertainment. And joining me today is the wonderful Jen Griffiths, our Lord Commander of Hyrule. I mean, Vice President of People, Culture, and Marketing. She's here to talk to us all things Big Jump and to let you know why you should stop by our booth at Job Fair. Jen, thank you so much for stopping by today.
Sabrina, thanks for having me. You guys are doing a great job, and it's so exciting to be here. I'm super excited to see everyone at Taffy this year. It's great.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. I can't wait to have you there. I can't wait for us to just get in there and have a great time and meet so many awesome people.
Absolutely. I'm super excited because it's the first time. First time. I know you guys were live last one, but this one is the first job fair that's going to be live again since COVID. So I'm super excited to be there and to get to see people in person again. So thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no, of course. We love having you. So I'm going to start you off with kind of the first question I always start off with, which is for people who might not be familiar with Big Jump, what are some of the projects you've worked on? What's something that's instantly recognizable that we're always going to link back to Big Jump now?
Okay, so I'd say the number one thing people say to me is F is for Family, Trailer Park Boys, America the Motion Picture. Yeah, we're known as a 2D, 3D hybrid studio. We have the most content in adult animation in Canada, but we also have a huge amount of children's animation in our portfolio as well. So we just came off of our own development, Big Words, Small Stories. So yeah, I'd say you know what, Mike's the Magic Hockey Skates actually is also really a popular one. I get a lot of times where people are just like, oh, I loved that as a kid. So I'd say there's a range there for us.
That's amazing. So many great properties. A couple I have been fortunate enough to work on myself. So I can say if anyone's interested at working at Big Jump, you're definitely going to get the chance to work on some stuff that's going to be very well known in the future. So from I know what my answer would be, but from your perspective, what makes Big Jump such a great place to work at?
Oh, the people. Obviously, I think the people make the studio go around. Yeah, I think the fact that we were the first studio in North America to send everyone home during COVID. I think that just shows a lot of respect for our team and our staff. We found out about it, and we have options of working from home. We've been at home ever since. As you can go into the studio if you want to. I did open the studio for those who want to go and hang out a couple of weeks ago, but other than that, I think it's just the fact that it's flexibility on your schedule, and work from home, come in, hang out with a lot of great people, work on a lot of great projects, and then enjoy your personal time. So I think for me that would be kind of a summary. How about you?
I mean, I would agree with a lot of those. I do enjoy kind of the flexibility and the understanding that the studio seems to have, that people do have personal lives beyond the projects, and that when you need time off, you need time off, or if you need to kind of adjust what hours you work on certain days because you have to go pick up your kids from daycare or school, or family emergencies popped up and you got to go check in on your parents. I love that we have that kind of flexibility that we get to work into it, and as long as we're doing great work and working hard, which everyone always does, that we can make everything work regardless.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you've been such a fantastic part of making that happen. So thank you very much.
Oh, well, thank you. And so have you.
So my next question is, what's one of your favorite moments working with Big Jump so far?
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a really good question. Okay, so I guess I have.
If you have multiple, you can say multiple. Like, tell us all the best moments.
I think I have a couple, if that's all right to throw out there. That's
Yeah.
Okay. Like personally, I got a thank you letter, a thank you email from Norman Lear when we worked on One Day at a Time. And Norman Lear is, like, as you know, like a well-known, super well, I mean, beyond all reasonable doubt, like why this man would send an email saying thank you for working on a project was just probably the nicest thing that I've ever had. And he actually jumped up on a video with all of us after we had finished One Day at a Time, and like did like a chat and thanked all the staff and the teammates that had worked on the project. And I mean, that I just thought was like spoke volumes to, you know, the productions that we pick and the people we choose to work with, because like Norman Lear, you know. For me in the studio, I get so excited every time I get to hire someone. I know this is going to sound corny, but I do, on a project, and I get to have an artist in a seat getting paid, especially if it's a new artist coming to the studio for the first time. You know, I mean, I remember bringing you on board, you know, so for that, I would say, you know, every time you get, I'm really lucky in what in what I get to do in helping the studio and their operations. And you know, so whether it's from production to development to, you know, onboarding, I really, really do enjoy when we get people on for the first time, whether the first time artists or first time artists with us, you know, that's a good thing. On the development side, I'm really, really proud. We are on the go right now, as you know, for our new development, Griffin and Turner, which is a show that showcases two brothers from Nova Scotia, and one of them has Down syndrome. And so I'm super proud to work on projects that are representative of people in all communities and all representations. And I really think that, like, for me, that's just something really to be proud of. So I would say, yeah, those three things: having new people in Norman Lear, and, you know, being proud of projects that represent everyone in the community. Does that count? That enough?
Yeah, no, that's super awesome. I didn't know that Norman Lear sent you a thank you email. That's absolutely amazing. Like, definitely like career memorable moment. Like, other people are like, oh yeah, no, I got to work on this, and you're just like, yeah, but did you get a personalized letter from Norman Lear?
Yeah,
that's like an awesome flex to have.
I thought that was pretty cool. The fact that he went on and chatted to the whole staff. I mean, I know you helped out in that production, so you like videos, and they streamed it live, and all the actors were there. So that was pretty. I thought that was pretty classy. That's good stuff. So I think that's pretty representative of the projects we work on. So
yeah, no, I completely agree. So let's get into our next question. So what kind of opportunities does Big Jump kind of offer their employees? I know we've already talked about, you know, like you got the opportunity to work in-house or in your own house. But like I've heard lots of tales of Pizza Fridays before a pandemic hit. And what are some other kind of like opportunities or work perks you can talk about as things that people can take advantage of as a Big Jump employee?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are an Artists First Initiative studio, which is a project that we started, that I take great pride in, and I helped start about 5 years ago when I joined Big Jump. And what that essentially means is that we try to put our artists first above everything else. So yes, there's a project due, but the understanding that like lives matter, and yes, it is a production, and, you know, but, you know, you have your lives and you need to do that. So, you know, we do 10, we're a week right now, we're working on 10 to 14 paid sick personal days. You know, Ontario minimum is six unpaid. We do 7 paid, and we're looking to increase that. You start with your 2 weeks vacation. We have most holidays off, even around Christmas, so, you know, a week or so. The good thing, I think, with Big Jump is that we're understanding. So even while I say Christmas, you know, it's winter holiday. So if someone celebrates a different holiday at a different time and they want to work through that winter break, because that's not something they celebrate, they can then use that week at a different time for whatever holiday that they want to celebrate. So I think for me, that's important, is recognizing, not everyone follows those exact traditions of what the calendar says we have to give off. And, we're willing to work around that and what works for you. What else? I don't know. Yeah. Like, we're not really back in studio, but we do like Christmas parties. We did the Ottawa Christmas party. We have a lot of artists in Toronto, and they weren't able to come to Ottawa, obviously, for the Christmas party. So we're going to do like a Big Jump Christmas party, winter holiday party, when I come to Taffy on the 23rd. So I'm going to take some team out there. So, I think we're inclusive, and we try to make sure that your schedule works for you and your family, and that we can be a small part of, you waking up and being happy at work.
I will say, I do really appreciate that. Like, as a studio, we acknowledge that a lot of our artists aren't necessarily in Ottawa, so they aren't necessarily able to come out and celebrate with us when we do have stuff like a Christmas party. And so we do our best to make accommodations to have them included and still make them feel like they're a part of a studio, even though they might be in a completely different city across the province. Like, we got you. You're still part of the Big Jump family, and we want you to feel that way.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, we've done the online parties, and had a great time. And, for example, like this, online parties are great and like COVID, but I think everyone is like online exhausted sometimes. It's nice that we're getting back in person, but some people don't feel comfortable like that. So like for this year, I asked around, right? Studio, and was like, hey, do you guys want to do an online party? And people were sort of like, excited, just want to have a drink at home with my family. So we took the money that we were going to use, and we gave everyone a bonus, as you know, and we still hosted an online party and an in-person party for those who wanted to come, but mostly all of that went towards bonuses for the team, because that's what the team wanted, so that was an interesting way of doing it. And again, I'm going to be in Toronto to come and see you guys in a couple days, and so we'll host a Toronto celebration of not getting to see each other, over the holidays. So I think that's a big jump difference. And when I say artists first initiative, like, we really do listen to what people want. And like this year, it was like, hey, we don't super want to do an online party, but if you wanted to throw us that money, we'll have it at home, and that's what we did, and it was fabulous. We got great response from that, so I think that's awesome.
Yeah, no, absolutely fantastic. So what do you look for in applicants when you're receiving, resumes, portfolios, demo reels?
Yeah. First of all, I love hearing from people. I me, like, this live stream could go for 6 hours, because I would answer every single question and talk to people forever. So I think just patience, kindness. I'm not a scary person. I know it seems like that, like I'm very rough and tough, but I'm not. Just come and chat with me, shoot me the email. I'm always around. Patience, I think, for sure. There's one of me, and 6 million artists, and I like to hear from all of you, but just that patience. I mean, you can say you went through the process, you did your co-op with us and then moved on, but you and I actually met at Taffy. So Taffy's a great way to come up and chat. If you're streaming in, or you're doing the online, Taffy, that's fine too. My contact information is always around to shoot me a message. Just reach out, and I think, just be kind and patient, and tell me about yourself. I'm happy. If you have difficulties with reaching out, or you feel stressed by that, if there's a different way you want to reach out, if you want to send me like a video of yourself instead of actually talking on the phone, I totally encourage that. Whatever works for you to be able to communicate with me, then I'm happy. So yeah, I think this communication, and if I have a project, me, I'm gonna get as many people on it as I can. So
oh yeah, no, I'm thinking of the project we're currently on. Every week I get a little poke like, hey, we got someone new starting, add them on. And I'm like, I thought we were full up already, but I guess not.
I mean, the more the merrier, right? The more get in seats, getting paid. Yeah, I mean, we make cartoons for a living, and it's fantastic. Back in the day, there wasn't necessarily, I mean, while animation has always obviously existed, there just wasn't that same like acceptance of it, it was.
Yeah.
And so to actually, be able to hire people at a studio that, you know, is known for such good quality work and works hard. You know, I think that's just everything to me, to be able to get artists in seats in a studio. And like I said, you know, top moments of my career, that always makes me smile when you get a new artist in and they're doing their thing. So
yeah, no, that's absolutely incredible. So what kind of positions are we looking for right now? What's Big Jump hiring?
everything, always. So for me, the thing is, I'm always hiring. So there's never a bad time to put your resume in. Like, I might not need like a layout artist right this second, but I know in 4 months I have something starting. So I'm already hiring. So, you know, for some artists, I think that's hard to understand. Like, you know, while I might not have this position now, I'm interviewing for 4 months from now. And, you know, do I expect the artist to sit around and wait? No, absolutely. If you know, have something else, like, that's totally understandable. But I'm always hiring for all positions at all times, which I think is just what's so great about the animation industry, right? There's always productions, you know, like we have Griffin and Turner that's starting. So we've, you know, got design, we've got the promo going. As you know, we've got animation for the promo going, and we've got the development running up there. So, you know, so that means I need storyboard artists. So, you know, that for me, like, we're always hiring. And it's very easy. It's very easy to just reach out. You know, at events like this, Taffy, you guys are so nice to have us and host us. And, you know, thank you to all the volunteers and people that are working. It's always incredible. At Taffy, I can get like 2,000 emails. So sometimes it does take me a couple days after such a fantastically hosted event like Taffy. Does take me a few days to get back, but I always do get back. And if not, just, you know, give me a little poke. There's nothing bad with that. Add me on LinkedIn, follow our socials. You know, I always put up our, you know, we're looking for work first on our socials. So if you follow the Big Jump socials, you're sure to get the early poke there, to send in your resume. Yeah, join me on LinkedIn. I'm always willing to chat and hang out. Come talk to me in person at Taffy. I even think my cell phone is on my email response. So, you know, give me a text. Maybe not on a Saturday at 6 a.m, but you know, even on my email response, my number is there. So, you know, we're really willing and open, and we want to have artists on board. We have a fantastic co-op program here at Big Jump. We have senior artists that have been with us since 2008, since our studio opened. You know, we just are accepting of everybody and anyone, and really, yeah, just all positions all the time. Come hang out and chat with me.
So that actually leads me into my next question about whether or not Big Jump hosts internships, mentorships, any kind of continuing education programs.
Absolutely, yeah. So our co-op program is internationally recognized. We have hosted people from Colombia to Ireland to Australia to, you know, Vancouver, Nova Scotia, Nunavut, all the way into Brazil. So, you know, our program, I'm really proud of that. That's something that I helped work on. As you know, Alicia also helped manage that. I'm really proud of that program. But especially during COVID, Big Jump Entertainment took on, I think our total, if I can say now, this is pre-COVID. I mean, I'm well aware it's still going on. I'm not trying to bowl over that. But during COVID, if we're talking, this is now post-COVID, during COVID, we took on 250 students online from all over the world. I'd say the majority of them were from Ontario. But that's huge for a studio of our size, you know, of our size to do. We're a decent sized studio. We're not the biggest, but we're the mightiest. So to have 250 students on over 3 years is a massive uptaking, and we were very proud to do it, and we were very happy. You know, I get people applying now, artists applying, and, you know, I recognize their names and say, yeah, we did the Big Jump co-op, and, you know, we worked on One Day at a Time, we worked on Blackish, we worked on America, you know, like, those are all things I'm proud of. Scooby-Doo, for example. We had Sheridan students that got to work on Scooby-Doo when we did, the reunion special. So what a cool thing to come out of your, first year and have your name already on a credit for Scooby-Doo. So, that's something I'm super proud of. And we work really hard on that to make sure that we can get students, as many as we can. And I shouldn't say just students, because if you're a first-time artist that, you're just working at home, you don't have any, college affiliations, that's totally fine as well. Like I'm not looking for that piece of paper. I'm looking for the willingness to learn and to be on a project and have a good attitude. So when I say students or, artists, I mean that in a very liberal term.
Yeah, very broad. Basically, anyone who just wants to work with us, you're included in there.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't feel like you need to have, that time. I mean, I just hired. He was a high school student. He was a high school co-op that came on, and he just wanted a little bit of part-time work before he applied for college. And so, we had him on for a couple weeks just to experience studio life, and he had taught himself Toon Boom. So there's a wide range of skills and talent, and we just encourage you to come and hang out, send the email, come and chat. There's no harm in chatting.
Yeah, exactly. We always want to hear from you.
Come and talk to me. I'll talk your ear off. You're gonna have to be the one that walks away, because I won't stop talking. You know me.
Well, speaking of that, all the chatting, what's your number one tip for approaching recruiters and talking with recruiters?
Yeah, I just think be pleasant. That sounds terrible. I'm like, smile. I don't mean it that way. For me, we are meeting like at Taffy, you're meeting 2,000 people a day. So the patience, understanding for, it takes some time for me to get back to people. But if you're just coming to approach me, I mean, yeah, I know a lot of people get super nervous, and I always feel weird because I'm like, I'm not that scary, but maybe I am. I don't know. I like grow some fangs or something, make myself scary. But just take a deep breath. If you're not able to communicate, or if there's a way you want to communicate, like I said before, if you'd rather send me a video of yourself introducing yourself, just pass me a card that says, please watch my video. If you want to come and interact, absolutely. If you feel uncomfortable with communication, just let me know, and we'll figure that out. So, I think it's not the same as again back in the day when like it was all rough and tough. And I mean, maybe some studios are like that. I don't know. I don't see the value in that, rough and tough and not approachable. Like, to me, most of those studios that we're seeing, these studios that we work with, are fantastic, and everyone wants to meet you and hang out with you. And so I think most artists get in their head, like, you think I'm thinking something that I'm not. So just like take a deep breath, put your game face on, and come and hang out, because I'm not going to bite you. I honestly don't think, Taffy's, like I said, is such a great spot to meet a bunch of studios, and all the studios there are fantastic. I know tons, from doing this for so long, tons of people, and they're all willing to chat and hang out. I think maybe sometimes in school, you get that put in your head, like, oh, studios, it's scary. And it can be, absolutely, but it doesn't need to be. So yeah, I think, what did they say on Schitt's Creek there? Like, nobody's thinking about you that way, So just like Alexis, I think, says that to David, like, just take a deep breath and just come and hang out, because you being you, you being you is the best way to approach me.
That's amazing. I love that. And can confirm that it does work.
I'm going to say, like, you should answer that question, because you and I met at Taffy, and then you had your co-op, you emailed me, and then you were coming to Ottawa, and then the pandemic hit.
Yeah, I packed up my stuff. I got it in the car. And by the time I had reached Ottawa, I was going to be staying with my aunt. By the time I got to my aunt's house, she was like, oh, we weren't sure if you were coming anymore. And I was like, well, what do you mean? She's like, well, they announced 2 hours ago that everything's closing down for a minimum of 3 weeks. Are you sure you even still have your co-op? And I was like, I hope I do.
A couple emails later and you were thrown right onto America the Motion Picture.
Yeah, no, a couple of weeks later, and it was like, well, here's 2 projects. I was like,
yeah,
okay, I'm
Come
into
on.
it. Let's do it.
Yeah. No, so yeah, again, I like, you know, just you just walked up and chatted, send the emails, you know, a reminder email once in a while, like, hey, Jen, forget, you know, goes along with me. It's not that I forget, it's that, you know, there's, you know, a bunch of other people I'm answering to, and then that's also okay. I want to make sure that I give everyone the time to talk to them. So, you know, like I said, you've been through it, so you're a good example of you know, just be yourself, chat, hang out, and come and play with us. We like it. Leap forward in your career, as we say. Take the big jump.
Yeah, the biggest jump. So my last question, what to you makes a candidate memorable? Is there a special element you're kind of looking for? Do you have a story of someone who's super memorable that kind of like pops into your head that you met? Maybe they were wearing some funky clothes or had like something really unique on their demo reel.
Well, I mean, I'm talking to her right now. So I don't, does that count? You're memorable. I think that's a great question. I think for me, just kindness is a big thing, and just being yourself. I think, and I like to believe that everyone is truly kind. So, just be yourself, and that will stand out for me. You know, like I said, it's not big and scary. We have a booth at Taffy, but we're just doing like a smaller booth this year. Like it's, you know, you and I are going to hang out there. Just come and talk to me, you know. Yeah, I know it seems intimidating, but yeah, just be yourself, and kindness goes a long way. I think, you know, after being on the floor for 12 hours, you know, it's always nice when people are, you know, coming and just chatting, and, you know, whether it's about, you know, whether you want to talk about your anime or you want to talk about, you know, How I Met Your Mother, or, you know, whatever it is that you like to do and vibe, like I'm down and willing to chat about it. So I think, yeah, just be yourself. And, you know, I might not know everything about what you're talking about, but I'm definitely down to learn and hang out and chat about it. So, yeah, I think that's what makes candidates stand out. It's just the patience and the kindness. And you know, I'm so excited to see your artwork. You're so excited to show it off to me. I'm so excited to see it. And it doesn't even have to be artwork, you know, like you, Sabrina, you know, like I'm very excited to be in this industry, you know, like, can I get my foot in the door? I love that sort of stuff. Like, yes, let's help you get your foot in the door. You know, let's do what we can. So I think that's what I mean when I say just be yourself and just come and hang out. This is what Taffy's all about. You know, it's meeting professionals in the industry. I am a vice president of Big Jump Entertainment, and I'm going to be there working the floor. I'm going to be there. I can't wait to meet all these new artists. You know, it's not like I'm sitting, you know, behind my computer, inaccessible. You know, I'm going to be at Taffy on the floor waiting to meet all of you. So just come by and say hi. And I love that sort of stuff. And I think most studios out there do. Most studios want to meet new artists and veteran artists, and it's such a great community to be a part of. So that was a really long answer to your very short question, and I apologize. I'm like, this is why you can't let me talk, Sabrina. I'll just be talking forever. Yeah, just be yourself and come hang out, because I obviously am so excited to want to meet everybody and would love to chat.
Yeah, no, that was great, Jen. Don't apologize for going off. That was absolutely amazing. And to just kind of go back to you saying, like, even if you want to come and chat anime with us, if you're into Spy X Family, Tomo-chan is a Girl, or Sword Art Online, I will grab a pint with you after the job fair and have however long of a discussion we need to have. I love those anime.
Sabrina knows what's going on.
I have a sweater. It's got like the main cast from Spy X Family. I was wearing it when I was doing my my interview yesterday.
Amazing. That's awesome. Okay, I think I saw that actually. That's funny. Yeah, no, I love all things media, and yeah, anytime anyone wants to talk, I don't necessarily know all the things, but like I said, I'm willing to listen about all the things.
Yeah,
So
let's have a conversation. You can learn, I can learn.
yeah, I mean, you guys were teaching me about flattening BGs the other day, and I learned a lot. So there we go. So
Yeah,
yeah,
there we go. Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
I'm super excited. And again, I just want to say like thank you to you and all the volunteers and all the workers at Taffy, because it's just always such a great experience to be there. You get to see all the colleges and all the veteran artists and catch up. And I'm actually doing a bunch of talks. I'm going to talk with a bunch of studios and some of the colleges when I'm in town. So it's just a fantastic opportunity for all of us to get together, and I'm super excited for it. So I really appreciate you inviting me to do this.
Yeah, no, thank you so much for your time today. It's been absolutely incredible chatting with you. Those are all my questions. So before I do my little outro, I just want to quickly ask, is there anything else you want to say about Big Jump to really sell why people should stop by the Big Jump booth? Or do you think you've said it all already?
I mean, obviously, we said it all. We're fantastic. But no, yeah, come on by. We're excited to meet you. Like I said, Taffy is great. We're always so pleased to be a part of it. And thanks for including us. And to all the new artists and veteran artists, right now we're doing Glisten and the Merry Mission, which is a huge project. You can look it up online. There's so many people involved in this. As you know, you're project managing it. That's project managing it. Griffin and Turner's coming up. We have so many projects that we're excited to be a part of and that do something different and really speak into that animation space. And so just thank you so much to Taffy and you for hosting. And we really look forward to the royal me. I really look forward to meeting everyone that I possibly can at Taffy. And if the booth is full when you come by, just come by another time. I promise I'm going to make time for everybody. So it'll be very exciting to see everyone.
Yeah, absolutely awesome. And I can definitely agree. Come see us. We want to see you. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Jen. It was so great to get the inside scoop about all things Big Jump Entertainment. And for all of you guys watching, I hope you found this super helpful for your job fair planning, and we cannot wait to see you there. For more information about who will be at the job fair, keep an eye on our socials and check out our website for the full official list of who's got a booth. Don't forget to check out everything else happening at Job Fair, including the Portfolio Review Zone, the return of Artist Alley, and our coveted Presentation Zone. Have a fantastic afternoon. Enjoy a wonderful Friday, and we will be seeing you all soon. Bye for now.